Welcome to my practice. My name is Kat. I'm a senior accredited member of the MBACP, member of the Counselling Directory, and the founder member of Thrive Therapy Counselling Practice in Essex. I'm a trauma therapist with lived experience of complex PTSD and dissociation, and that's what I work with. So, what do we mean about dissociation? Well, we're not talking about the brief break from reality that we experience when we get engrossed in a film or a book or something like that, and we forget where we are and who we are because we're so engrossed in it. That's normal dissociation. It enhances our experience of the film or the book, and it's really easy to come back from. So, when we're talking about pathological dissociation, I think most people now are familiar with post traumatic stress disorder or PTSD. People are often showed being plagued with intrusive thoughts or memories of the trauma that was so overwhelming they couldn't process it at the time. This is a break from reality that they struggle to come back from. When the brain recognises something that it's associated with the trauma, it responds as if that individual is in danger with a survival response. People with PTSD say, I can't believe that happened. It doesn't feel like it's real. I can't get my head round it. I feel like there's a part of me that's still stuck in that trauma. Complex PTSD is exactly that. Lots of PTSD invoking traumas. Maybe experienced domestic violence. Maybe they grew up in domestic violence or experienced child abuse. Lots of traumas produce lots of triggers, which could be as simple as the look on someone's face. So they might find themselves feeling or behaving as if they're in danger, even when they're safe. This is also dissociation because they're not in reality. Sometimes this happens so often that being dissociated becomes a persistent state, and it's really difficult to come back from it. Sometimes people with complex PTSD feel like there are lots and lots of parts of them that got left behind. If you are struggling with the trauma from a single event, such as a car accident or something like that, then EMDR might be the correct treatment for you, and there are plenty of EMDR practitioners here on the Counselling Directory. And if there is extreme trauma, so PTSD invoking experiences happening every day, sometimes more than once, there can be lots and lots of triggers and lots of parts that feel like they got left behind. And if those parts get energized, they can take over the executive function, and this is known as dissociative identity disorder, or DID, sometimes called complex PTSD. So, how does it feel to be dissociated? Well, it's different for everyone, but for me, I felt like everything and everybody was dangerous. I knew how I felt and how I responded was inappropriate, but because I hadn't processed the underlying trauma, I couldn't connect to it. So there was nothing I could do about it. Sometimes I felt that I was stuck in dissociation, and that for me was like being underwater. So I was just underneath the surface. Life was here, but I was here, and I just couldn't get to it. So it's a lot like watching my life and not actually experiencing it. So why is dissociation controversial? Well, 30 years ago, when I was looking for help, dissociation didn't officially exist. PTSD was a new and controversial diagnosis. Dissociation wasn't understood at all. The game changer came in 2011 when Stephen Porges published polyvagal theory. There is conclusive evidence of dissociation, and no one could argue anymore that it existed. If you are here looking for help with dissociation, don't be ashamed of it. Be proud of the clever little person you were that was able to manage overwhelming trauma through dissociation and survive. If you feel that you're ready now to connect with a counsellor, you'll find myself and many other qualified professionals here on the Counselling Directory.